Well, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So how's it going, everybody? My name is Joe. I'm a customer success lead in Context Solutions, and I'll be walking through a little bit about how my team uses SMX to help a lot of our clients visualize, use for collaboration as well as sales enablement. So a little bit before I jump in about how we utilize the tool, I want to talk about a little bit about what ShopperMX is. And so ShopperMX is a software, a 3D visualization software. It's built on a gaming platform with high technology prospects in terms of we build hyper-realistic retail environments and or other environments to help visualize, to help collaboration, to help run market research studies for our clients, to get data, to use in sales enablement, and altogether help them sell in ideas that they want to sell in. And so what we're looking at right now on my screen is one of these hyper-realistic debranded generic grocery stores. And what I'm going to walk through today is how we on the customer success and in context team use ShopperMX to help enable some of our CPG clients. We're not solely boxed into CPG, but that's the use case I'll be using today. And so what you can see here on the screen is that environment. If I zoom in here, you're gonna see every single piece of this debranded store is modeled out. So what we actually do is we go in, bring a visualization team into a grocery store. We take a screenshot of every single square inch of this store, and then we stitch it all back together in 3D. And the beauty of that is it means everything in here is editable. So I can move fixtures around, I can add and subtract other pieces here, I can bring in my own concepts, which I'll show you here momentarily, but everything in the store is editable. You can play around with it, you can rearrange, you can lengthen, you can shorten stores, you can bring in, like I mentioned, your own products and assortments, and that's the beauty of it. It's kind of your own playground, your own sandbox to visualize whatever concepts you want to visualize. And so when I'm helping our CPG clients, what they will typically use is, okay, I want to bring in my concepts to a store and help visualize those concepts and help make it hyper realistic. And so here we are in this debranded grocery store now, and I'll kind of walk as a shopper might walk in a store. And I'll walk up to an aisle in which you might see a condiment section. So we might be working with a client that has condiments, and they might have some of the condiments on shelf, they might have all the condiments on shelf, but what they want to do is model out all this content with both them and the competitors on shelf. So you can easily visualize that idea on shelf here. And so here's an example of what we might use when we have content on shelf. You can go up, you can pick up products, you can visualize them, and basically you have a really easy way of showcasing one of these concepts here. So maybe I want to showcase this to other people at my company. Maybe I want to showcase this to a buyer, or I want to be able to collaborate a little bit better. And so I have a couple of opportunities to do so. What I might do here is, since we're in this realistic environment, we're pretty close in the aisle, I'm actually just going to go ahead and hide this aisle behind me so I can get a little bit of a better view. Again, that's the beauty of VR, is I can hide anything, I can delete anything, I can add anything. And right here, we see a concept. And so there are a couple of things we can do. And so I'm actually gonna integrate a PowerPoint I created for this into the store. Now this feature is called Pinboards, where you can introduce any multimedia. This could be videos, this could be PowerPoints, this could be images and screenshots, and actually bring it into store to help me demonstrate what I want to show today. So again, we're using hyper-realistic retail environments to utilize the market research. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. Visualization, employee training, and much, much more. And so we can work with any size planogram. Again, this is to CPG specific in any category. So I'm working with a smaller size planogram here in the condiment section, but I have the opportunity to work across any category. I have baby care planograms down here. I also have a larger condiments planogram that I can move in. that I'm not going to keep around, but here it's going to load up a much larger size planogram as well that you can do. So however big, however small across any category, you have the opportunity to visualize that in a store. I'll go ahead and delete that and bring us just back to what we want to see right now. We can toggle between scenarios, so we can showcase your recommendations in a new and exciting way. And so I have a lot of clients that say, typically in this industry, we use PowerPoints to help visualize some new concepts, but we're always looking for the next great way to help visualize and to help recommend and to help sell in a story. And so maybe here I showcase my first scenario, but the opportunity I have here is I can hide that particular scenario, and then I can showcase my next scenario. So this is toggling between scenarios 1 and 2. I could have 3 scenarios, I could have 4, I could have 10. It's really up to you however many scenarios you want to build. But instead of flipping between slides now or showing different images, bringing them back up and back down, we can instantaneously, in real time, toggle between those scenarios. So again, if I just want to show this scenario 1, I can do that. Maybe I want to hide that. You show scenario 2. I can do that as well, filtering between any scenarios. You also have the opportunity with your products on shelf to highlight. And again, this is all under the umbrella of sales enablement, quickly understanding what we're trying to present and what we're trying to showcase. And so I can look here on this planogram, and I could highlight by something like subcategory. I can highlight by manufacturer. I could highlight by brand. If I quickly wanted to see where those segments changed, I could hide this right here. I could go back to scenario 1 and highlight by those same subcategories. And so I have the opportunity to do that and switch between those options. 1, 2, 1, and 2. And so ideally you would filter them and you'd make the color coding all the same. You can make the color coding essentially whatever you would like. And you can quickly visualize, okay, here's where the segments are changing. Here's where the manufacturers are changing, the brands or whatever other data cuts you want to put behind it. You can highlight by size, price tiers, pack types, brand segments, really whatever is most helpful for your selling story. You could have other options here. We can use virtual attention analysis. So this is an integrated part of our functionality to predict how web, print, and environmental designs will be seen in the first 3 to 5 seconds. So what do I mean by that? Is maybe we would like to see this planogram and we want to understand, okay, if I was looking straight on right here, how would the shopper perceive all the products in the first 3 to 5 seconds? And so I can run a virtual attention analysis, see the hotspots, and best understand, okay, where are people looking in those first 3 to 5 seconds before their cognitive bias kicks in? And so we can highlight, we can do scenario toggling, we can use virtual attention analysis, essentially this heat map, all to bring together these sales supplementary tools to have a better selling story. Furthermore, similar to what I'm doing now, is you can integrate multimedia like promotion videos and PowerPoints to enhance your storytelling. And so right now I have just this planogram up here, but maybe I want to integrate other multimedia, besides just PowerPoint. Well, in Context Solutions is a quick video that we use for our marketing tools, and we can actually go ahead and integrate that into the store. And as that runs, we can talk further about maybe this planogram, about this concept. Now this is a media tool for us, but maybe you have your team providing you with marketing tools that can help talk about this concept you're recommending or help talk about something else. And so you can integrate any sort of those videos, it can be 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 2 minutes, into the actual store. So we have a PowerPoint over here, we have a heat map over here, we have a sizzle reel multimedia video right here, all bringing together to help sell that story a little bit better. So you can go ahead, pause that, and you have the ability to do that as well. And so hopefully you're beginning to understand, no matter what category you live in, no matter what your products are, you have a couple of different options to help with that selling story, to help them visualize. And so This is CPG and retailers specific of what we have right now, but I'm actually going to go on over and talk a little bit more here about some other opportunities we have. And so ShopperMX, this platform, is built off of visualization first. So we help enable our clients with the perfect shelf or the perfect store, or essentially getting to yes faster, being able to help tell a better story. But we also provide opportunity for shopper insights, where we learn how shoppers respond to planogram or signage or display changes. And so that has a 0.9 correlation. We work in VR. This has a 0.9 correlation rate to in-store, but it's a lot cheaper than in-store testing. It's a lot faster than in-store testing. Work across a multitude of categories here. We have clothing and apparel right here. I've been showcasing CPG, and we've worked across a multitude of other categories as well. And finally, what we're really looking for in the future is collaboration. This is joint business planning. This is aligning strategy and category strategy, retail strategy, whatever segment that you live in strategy, to help enable that sell-in story that we've been referring to. And so a big part of this is we live in a remote world, whether we like it or not, from COVID a little bit. And what we're well positioned to help offer is, instead of having everybody come to one area to visualize and to showcase, we can actually bring that opportunity to everyone else through VR. And so an example of this, a really cool use case that we have of this, is through virtual reality learning and onboarding. And so we've been working with a client they didn't have the opportunity to bring everybody to a specific area to teach all their sales team how and why and all the onboarding that's necessary in the sales job. Well, instead of bringing everybody to that particular sales center, what we did is we built, similar to in here, a virtual reality environment where these new trainees and people being onboarded could walk around, go from spot to spot, talk and collaborate with someone like a sales trainer about what they should be doing, what they're looking at, what they would switch on shelf, how they would attack the problem, and who they would talk to. And so this saved a lot of money. And this was additionally, I was able to save the ability to train still collaboratively and in person, instead of something maybe like just a pure online platform through PowerPoints, through Switch, which is much more interactive, helps these sales trainees learn a lot more and ultimately make them more successful too. And so what we're trying to do is, if anybody's interested, to help you jumpstart the visualization, help you jumpstart the shopper insights and the collaboration, is we're offering up to 100 SKUs on us. And so SKUs are just the products that you're going to see on shelf or in a store. And the most important piece of getting started with our team is building out your own content. This doesn't make sense if you're not using your content, your ideas, your concepts. And so we're providing a $7,500 value to professionally model 100 products of your choice to help you visualize and store and understand category visualization, or even work with market research. How do these products perform on shelf, or how will they perform on shelf in a store if we were to push it into a real store and actually see that monetary increase? And so if anybody's interested in that, you can of course reach out to myself, you can of course reach out to our team. But I just wanted to help each and every one of you understand a little bit about how you can use ShopperMX, how we're helping people today to visualize, especially in a remote world today. Collaboration is the name of the game. For me personally, I know I always like being in office, I always like being in the store and interacting with people. But if that's not an option, then we want the next best thing, and that can be helped and realized through ShopperMX. So again, my name is Joe. If anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns, just reach out. But I'm here to help, and let me know. Thank you.